I know everyone is talking about rate cuts being bearish, but I'm gonna tell you exactly my opinion on how the market will go, all the Bitcoin, and I'm gonna give you a brief overview on why a lot of people are just panicking for no reason. So stay till the end and listen to this carefully. So I'm sure you have seen this chart, which I've actually published even for myself, which is basically the time when sorry, or when it's basically the time where it shows that each time the Fed cut the rates, it actually makes all the markets to crash. So firstly, we're gonna go and analyze the stock market, because we have seen that crypto actually follows most of the time stocks, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion about it. So you see this chart and you see that most of the time is bearish, but I'm gonna tell you something that is not necessarily true. And sometimes you can compare the data from 2000 or 2007, when we had completely a different mechanisms in the economy. We didn't have these current problems that we have today, so things have changed since the past. It's too old data to compare it to the current environment, and let me show you why. So let's go to S&P 500. This is SPX. So this is stock market. Now the first time that Fed cut the rates was July 2019, was July 31. So let's go to the chart. When was July 31? I think this was the time. Look at this, because everyone is talking about rate cuts, but look what happened. July 31, again, we are on stock market here. So you see this red candle? Look what happened. It crashed at that month and it went down till the end of August. Then it took like till September to break, or October to break the proper new all-time high. Then what happened? After this time, stock market rallied for 200 days, right? It went up only. So it took stock market to actually break this high that it created after it dipped. It took till October, so it took like two months or so, 2-3 months maximum, and then it went up only for let's call it from October, basically. Let's call it here 21 October. It went for 126 days only up. Then look what happened, because this is why data is kind of a bit a problem and kind of manipulates and distract people, because they consider this dip from actually Fed cutting the rate. It's not necessarily true, because this dip was due to the pandemic, and this is what a lot of people don't get. If we didn't have pandemic, I think we'd go up like this, like exactly like this were. And look what happened. They did the rate cuts in July, they did also in September, then the market crashed, but this happened due to the pandemic, and this was like a black swan event which no one actually was prepared for it. And the crash was so simple. It dumped for like a month, and then it went up again, and then it went up crazy till the end of beginning of 2022. Well, that was the top, I think, for stocks, right? So you gotta see that not necessarily all rate cuts are bearish. You can see that the market rallied after rate cuts for 200 days here, and then it went up only. It had a small crash and then went up only. So what I do believe will happen this time, and let's go with BTC. Now, why I say that sometimes those charts are old and you can't base the data on 2007, because you gotta understand something. I remember in the bear market in 2022 here, people said that, yeah, crypto is never gonna go up with high interest rates, because crypto is only pumped with zero or basically almost zero or negative interest rates, and yeah, crypto is never going to go up with high interest rate. Guess what? Everyone was wrong, because since Bitcoin was created, we had a monetary policy that interest rates on Fed were almost near zero or negative. So Bitcoin pumped like crazy, and then the narrative that people popped up was that, yeah, we'll never go up because we got high interest rate, which was actually not true, and everyone was wrong because we went up. Now, I'm a pro believer on cycles. Let me go a little bit more, because I'm going to go into the chart of Bitcoin. Let me go what's happening with the macro economy so you can create a better idea. So there are two catalysts which I believe will make a big impact on this bull run. So we got elections in a few months, right? First is rate cuts, which means more people will borrow more money and will spend more. And the second thing, which a lot of people don't talk, is the treasury general account, and this is what a lot of people don't get. This is basically the account that US Treasury have, and right now they got in their balance sheets like 786 billion, And look how it's good. Look how good this is correlate with actually the market. So when this thing goes up, it means that the U.S. Treasury general account is actually making more money than they need. And what they do, they hold this money. When they hold this money, when this chart goes up, it means that the stocks and Bitcoin crashes because they're not injecting money into the system. When this goes down, they inject money into the system, and all stocks and Bitcoin goes up. So look what happened in 2020. 2019, it went up. Then look what happened 2020 and 2021. They actually injected over 1.6 trillion. They don't inject it all, but you got my point. They've injected over 1 trillion to the economy, and they boosted all the stock market and all the crypto. And look what happened. The moment that the chart started to went up, November 3, that was the top for crypto, right? And that's what happened. They increased this liquidity, they made money, then the top happened. So when this thing goes down, it means that they're injecting money into the system. The money that they made from issuing T-bills, security, and all of this type of stuff, security bonds and all of this type of stuff, and other stuff that they generate money, the US, they actually inject it into the system. So right now, this thing has been going up, right? And look what happened. It's crazy. It's so accurate. This was the bottom of the bear market. They're injecting money into the system till June 2023. Then this chart went up, and then we had this kind of crash and kind of stop in Bitcoin, like this period here, right? From March, we kind of see this small period of consolidation and boring price action, right? Now, what I believe is gonna happen? They're gonna inject more money. Why? Because if you think about it, they got the elections near, right? And the Yellen, the person that managed the treasury, will actually do everything, in my own opinion, to boost the economy and inject liquidity to make probably the current people to win again the election, right? And they're gonna inject more money. So who benefits from all of this? Risk assets, Bitcoin, crypto, stocks, all the stuff, right? And this is one thing that a lot of people don't get. Everyone is focusing on rate cuts, but they don't get that you have here over 786 billion. It's not a small number. I'm not saying they're going to put it all, but they're going to put the majority of it because they want the market to go up. Because a weak economy will be like a signal for the current party that they're not doing well. So they'll do everything to inject money into the system, no matter if they win or not. I think they will try it out. Then you got the rate cuts, which I told you that not necessarily are bullish, not necessarily, sorry, are bearish all the time. And if the rate cuts come on, which the next meeting on Fed is September, I think 17, if it comes here, market will rally like crazy, in my own opinion. Even if we apply the 200 days rule, which still is not valid because the next dip was, you remember, was this thing that was COVID thing, which was the pandemic, which was unknown. It's gonna be like, let's call it 17 September. Let's go here. Yeah, 200 days would be like, you got till April 2025. So even if the worst happens and they just pump like it happened, it's crazy that it's gonna go up till 2025 at least. But I do believe it will play up like cycle. So I'm very bullish into the rate cuts in terms of long term. Short term, anything can happen. We might also crash till, let's say, till September, and we go only down, or we consolidate here, and then after they cut the rates, we go up only, probably, or they cut the rates with deep in short term and then we go up. But based on how Bitcoin has been going, I do believe that rate cuts might be bullish for the reason that we kind of experience this period of consolidation, unless stock market goes like crazy and dips a lot, which I don't think so, because as I said, they will do everything to inject the liquidity because they got the elections. So in my own opinion, rate cuts short term doesn't matter, might be bullish, might be bearish. In long term, they're super bullish because they pump up all the financial markets. This is only rate cuts, without calculating what US Treasury general account can do, which they can inject liquidity like they always did, right? So let's analyze the cycles, because I'm a pro believer in cycles. No matter what, these are all narratives which might come true, might not come true. I'm all believer in cycles. Let's go with this so you can understand it better. Let me go with also the data and price range. We go from bottom, we go to top, 1071 days, right? Let's go from here, from bottom to top. Look how accurate it is. It is crazy. Like, look how accurate. 1071, 1057. It's almost the same. Now, if we apply the current numbers, right now we're, let's say, when stop is gonna be probably here. Let's call it 1000 days, right? Just for reference. 1000 days would be probably August 2025. It might also go a little bit more like it did here. So if we do 1050, it will be Q4 2025, which I've always told. So right now we're almost on, I think, 600 and something days, 637 days. And look how crazy it is. Everything is moving to the cycles. We went up from here to here and people are just becoming boring on this small dip. Look on the weekly time frame how insignificant this thing looks. It's so insignificant, and it will go up like crazy, the chart, in my own opinion, in the next few months. Now we're almost here, guys. Look, right now we were on 600. Let me check. 623 days. Let me go so you can understand better where we are right now. 623 days. Look, let's call it, it's almost accurate, few days, but anyway, 623 days. Look where we are. It's crazy. Look, this is based on the previous cycle. So we have passed, in my own opinion, the worst in terms of the dips, and now we're headed up only. And the catalyst, which I told you, the US Treasury general account, the Fed cutting the rates, will be bullish in long term. Again, don't focus too much in short term. Everyone is trying to mimic and trying to actually mimic what happened in the past, but you gotta understand that cycles will repeat themselves, in my own opinion. Sometimes you got like those type of stuff like black swans, like pandemic, which you couldn't anticipate. But again, I do believe cycles will play themselves, and it's just a short dip. You're just getting so much distracted from social media, from the bullshit that you hear online. But I do believe long term it will be so much bullish. Keep in mind to focus on the positive scenarios and not only on the negatives. And a lot of people tell to me, yeah, but what if the recession comes, and what if you're wrong, and what if I'm wrong? Look, I might be wrong for sure. You need to understand something that I always tell, even to my members. Everyone nowadays trying to predict black swans, right? For example, what if this happens like a COVID? If that happens, you gotta understand that you can't predict everything into the market. You always have to do two things: not overinvest, and to understand the principle that I actually have even for myself. I invest money that I can afford to lose for an opportunity that can 100x or 50x my wealth. And if you apply this thing, you'll have like a peace of mind. Because even for myself, even if I lose all my money today in crypto, I'll be okay with that. I'm not saying I love to lose money in crypto, because no one loves to lose money in crypto. I'm saying that I'm well packed even if I lose the money. A lot of people, what they do is they go put all their life savings in crypto, and of course they're gonna panic in this dip. But you gotta choose what hurts the most. That's why I always told you that if I invest money that I can afford to lose for a 100x opportunity, it's worth the risk. Because let's go with an example. I put 10k in crypto today, right? 10k is money that I can afford to lose, and 10k is money that even if I lost it all, I can make it, let's say, year or 2 year by working, doing a job, doing a business. So it's not the end of my life, for example, just giving a random theory. And what happens if I lose 50x or 100x, and that 10k can be, let's say, 100x, $1 million? I'm gonna be pissed off for my whole life, because 10k, again, I can make it in my life. I can make it 1 year, few months, 2 years, whatever it is. My life doesn't end that. But $1 million, it's something that you don't do in any kind of business or real life. Not $1 million, not the number, because the number is irrelevant. I'm talking about the achievement, which is 100x. So that's why I'm saying that don't overinvest, and understand that you can't predict all the type of stuff into the market. Always invest what you can afford, and you'll have also this peace of mind. If you overinvest, you're gonna panic and you're gonna go like crazy, and that's the problem that you gotta fix. try to actually stop over investing and try to invest what you really can afford, because the problems with over investing are crazy. You think like, yeah, I'm going to buy the dip because I'm going to make more money, but you don't get that. Probably you're going to lose your mind on this first dip and you're probably going to sell at the loss, or probably when things go up you're going to sell in the first 10x or 5x on your coins. I've seen this happening again and again in many people. So I'm telling you, don't overinvest, respect the principle that I told you, and focus in long term. Don't get distracted. Don't open charts every day, because you're gonna get distracted all the time by news, by what people share on social media, that they haven't achieved anything, that they just share random opinions online. So be really careful. That's my opinion. I do believe this bull run will be crazy. And keep in mind, while everyone is panicking here, BlackRock and $1 trillion industries are accumulating. So if that's not convincing you, I don't know what will.